All right, what's up, y'all? A few networking tips, real quick. I picked them up by asking the right questions, and asking the right questions is so important, right? You ask the wrong questions, you get the wrong information. Even if you're looking for certain stuff, certain people might be caught off guard by the different things that you ask because it may seem investigative or like you're intruding on their personal uh, like information or space or whatever. So a guy that I really admire at my office. His name is Mike. He's a manager there. But Mike, I really admire him because of the way that he carries himself um, and the confidence that Mike displays. But I asked Mike a question. I said, Mike, when you were in my position, what's something that you did every day that separated you from the pack? And from there, this is what it created for Mike. It let him know that I respect him. It pushed his ego to a whole nother level. Most guys have ego, especially when you work from being like a basic salesperson to a salesperson in management. It shows that you have some talent, and he obviously an ego comes with that. So that just allowed Mike. Open-ended questions are great because it allows people to just give you anything. If I ask you, hey Mike, did you do this every day? He can say yes, he can say no. But when I say, what did you do every day that separated you from the pack? You just imagine the light lit off in his eyes and he was just ready to tell me every single thing he needed to. But I was only fishing for a few things, right? So when he told me that, and the reason I was is because I just created a sales strategy for myself, and I needed just his input to make it better. And actually, what he told me added something to me. It actually added something to my everyday life. So usually when I'm traveling, I listen to audiobooks or I listen to music. Now when I'm traveling, I'll be either listening to audiobooks or I'll be making phone calls. And the reason I'll be making phone calls is just to reach out to people that I already know and find out more about them or find out how we can work together. And this is why it ties into networking. Something that I'm doing now is just random people, because Mike told me, he said every day when he's on his way to work and when he's leaving work, he just makes a phone call. And it doesn't matter who the person is. He said he likes to talk to people and it just helps him with talking to people because of course if you work in sales then you have to talk to other individuals. But he told me he just makes a phone call, and from that phone call he reaches out, see how people are. He said sometimes it's people he hasn't seen in a year, 2 years, 10 years. He'll just make the call and talk to those guys and then just reconnect and figure out where each other are in their lives and how they can help each other to do certain situations or certain projects. So for me, I thought, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. And I actually started reaching out to people yesterday. I just started reaching out. At first, I was doing it by text. Well, I started a few days ago when he first told me. And I was doing it by text message. And that's so impersonal. Even though I've grown up in a text message era, it's impersonal. Like, I don't know how you feel. I don't know your tone. I don't know anything, and text message is pretty hard to put out those open-ended questions. I can say, hey, what's something that separated you from the pack? In text message form, I'm probably gonna write one thing because I don't want this long list of information just because it's a hassle, right? But if you allow me to talk, then I'll talk, and not only saying myself, because I like to put myself in other people's shoes, other people do those things too. So, now what I do is I'll call the person, we'll hold a conversation, and from keywords in that conversation, based upon what you're doing in your life, I'll put inside of my phone. So this person is Dan. Dan is not a real person. And the reason he's not a real person is because I don't want to give y'all some information to people in my circle just because I'm pretty sure they wouldn't want their information out there. So Dan. So if you have an iPhone, it gives you the opportunity to have these things right here called notes. And inside of your notes, what I've been doing is just leaving keywords. So for instance, it says Dan. A keyword I've put in is sales. I've put in that he likes basketball, and I've put in that he lives in California or Los Angeles. And you can put anything there. Once I start going through my notes and start filling in people, I realized, shit, I know a lot of brokers for real estate. I know I know a few news anchors. I know a lot of people who are YouTube personalities. I know people in sales. I know people in insurance. I know people so many places that I would have never thought that they would be working in, mainly because of the fact that I never thought about adding them into my immediate circle. I know some lawyers. I know some. Oh, another thing that's really huge. Make sure that your language is consistent. So if you put it in your phone, the keyword as lawyer, but you're looking for attorney, it may not pop up. So make sure your language is consistent. But let me show you for instance. So when I come down and I do my little search right here, when I come down and I do my search and then I search sales, ES, boom. So I'll stroll, and then right when the contacts start popping up, who pops up? Dan. So say for instance, if I'm looking for someone who's I'm looking to buy a new home, and I'm looking for someone who's in real estate, and I've put in my phone that they're in real estate or they're a realtor. Now when I search my contacts, I know that they're a realtor. And also, one big benefit of this is that if I haven't seen a friend in a long time, but I have all the notes stacked in my phone of either what they do, what they've done, what I know them for, their basic hobbies, I can just look into the notes and start conversation. So for instance, if your name's Lewis, and me and Lewis hadn't spoke since high school, and I knew that Lewis used to collect the U.S. coins, the quarters, in high school. I'll say, hey, Lewis, how's your coin collection going? What are you doing with that? And hopefully that'll segue him into talking about something else that could be beneficial for us both, and or it'll be great conversation for us. It'll give us some commonality to continue a conversation, and then later on see how we can work together. Let's build our circles, man. I'm trying to build my circle. I'm not really good at networking, but these different techniques that I'm trying out and see if it works for me. And then I suggest that you guys try them out and leave the comments below and let me know if it worked for you. All right, let's go, y'all. Let's get these billions, baby. Billions, baby. Fuck you, man.